What is up, guys? I'm George Massey. So, 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, Season 7, Episode 6 has aired. Now, we checked in with Jovi and Yara, and we had great news. So, Jovi and Yara went to their green card residency interview, and Yara passed it with flying colors. She said the interview wasn't even that difficult. She answered a few questions. She showed the person a picture of Mila, and she was approved not just for her residency card, but a 10-year residency card because it had been 2 years and 1 week, putting her over the 2-year threshold to getting a 10-year residency card instead of having to go back every 3 to 5 years. Congratulations to Yara. You now have your green card. You are now able to travel back to Europe to see your family, which we know is super important to you. So that's another thing we want to talk about. Yara is beyond ready to travel back to see her family, and her mom, who happens to be in the Czech Republic, not the Ukraine. This seems like a good opportunity for her to travel and see her mom and be able to introduce Mila to her mom. So this situation is definitely boiling over because Jovi feels that he doesn't trust Yara to go overseas or travel alone. Now, this question brought a lot of issues to Twitter last night. So I said yesterday, how do you guys feel about the narrative that women shouldn't be allowed to do things without a man accompanying them? Because in my experience, Yara was traveling before she met Jovi, and Yara was doing things on her own before she got married. So, how do you guys feel of this narrative where Yara can't be trusted to do things alone and needs to be supervised by Jovi? And I do understand the matter of safety, and I do understand that as a husband and a father, he wants to make sure that his wife and daughter are safe. But to what extent is that? Because last night we had a scene with Yara's friends, and that scene definitely got a little intense because Jovi showed up to a girls' brunch, and he actually tried to convince Yara's friends to convince her not to travel. And I do feel like that is a manipulative move because trying to get other people to influence someone for you is definitely a sign of control. You definitely want to tell someone what to do and how to do it, and even get people closest to them to tell them what you want done. Now, what do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like Jovi is just a concerned husband and father and he wants what's best and safety for his wife and daughter? Or do you feel like he's moving into that manipulative and controlling space? Now, we've seen that a lot with Andre and Bilal. So, what do you guys feel? Do you feel like Jovi is just genuinely concerned and he wants to be there to accompany his wife? Because, in my experience, going over to another country where you feel like it might be unsafe, what exactly would you be able to do to protect them from the dangers of that country? Even if that country is at war, I don't know exactly what Jovi will be able to physically do to protect them. He just feels like his presence is the only thing that would keep them safe. And in my experience, when you go to a country that has war and dangers and horrible things going on, one single person isn't going to change that. So, what do you guys think? All right, guys, I'm George Massey. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at George Massey and GeorgeMassey.com for all your 90 Day Fiance news and updates. I'll talk to you all really soon.